Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, R. Muralidharan, Head Department of Commerce. It's with great pleasure and honor that I welcome you all to the webinar on career opportunity for commerce students organized by PG Department of Commerce. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude our management for this continuous support in making this event possible. A heartfelt thank to you, our head MCOM General, Principal Dr. N. Sujata ma'am, whose guidance has been invaluable. I would also like to extend my appreciation to our chief guest, Dr.G.Sangeetha ma'am, Associate Professor, Faculty of Science and Humanities, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Katanglatur, Chennai. Your presence is truly appreciated. Welcome, ma'am. A special thanks to our various heads of the departments, faculty members, and my dear students. Once again, I welcome you all. Now, we move on the chief guest introductions. It's my great honor and privilege to introduce our respected chief guest, Dr. G. Sangeetha ma'am. Dr. Sangeetha is an academically with more than 18 years of experience in teaching, research, and academic administration in the field of commerce and management. She is currently serving as an associate professor in the Department of Science and Humanities, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Katanglatur, Chennai. She is highly qualified with MCOM, MPhil, MBA, PG, PhD, and UG NET in Commerce, CWO Inter. She is also recognized PhD supervisor who has successfully guided research scholar and contributed significantly to the academic excellence. Dr. Sangeetha has published several research articles, UGC CAP publication, patents, conference presentations, and academic events. Here, areas of expertise include accounting, finance, taxation, research methodology, digital marketing, and business analytics. Here, dedication, leadership, and committed towards higher education continue to inspire the students and fellow academicians alike. On behalf of our institution, I extend a warm and heartful welcome to our chief guest, Dr. Sangeetha ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. Now the
Thank
session
you.
to take over the chief guest. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. And good afternoon to one and all present here, and have a wonderful and good day to all. And I start with gratitude that for providing me this opportunity to the management and to the head of the Department of Commerce, Murli sir. And mm, this opportunity brings me to have a connect with persons to explore more things with regarding of commerce field and their career opportunities also. Now let me start with the quote and with the sign of a thing that when I'm saying about of career opportunity for students, the first thing is to know about our own self, that is where we are. So we must know our steps of today. So the secret of getting ahead is getting started. So still we are being sit down in the last step. We can't reach the first step and we cannot even reach our destinations. So we must to know in which step we are being there. So this makes us to unlock more and more potentials which is being available for our commerce graduates. So we want to unlock the potentials. For that you must to know where we are, because the most secret form of our ahead is to getting started. You want to start up with that. So in that aspect of a thing, I'm being moving on with our career opportunity for commerce. As always being, commerce is considered as a royal group which is incorporated with more and more interdisciplinary subject covering. So when we are terming that as a commerce, it's not only related to of trade. It has more interdisciplinary subjects which comes with accounting, finance, marketing, e-commerce, taxation, auditing, management. So even we are also be have interdisciplinary subjects related to law. like business law, company law, income tax law, goods and service tax law. So we are being have a very wider sense of interdisciplinary subject covering, and this is a very big strength for a commerce graduates, where you can step into a different field of career opportunity. So you can be move on with your PGs, and also you can have a wider expanded sessions in multinational organization, international concerns, and many government related things. So this session is going to have give some idea about this concept of how you can be further move on after your commerce graduation. Even when you are being in a form of first year or second year, you can be come to know what are the head step you can be take off, and you can just make to reach when you are completing your graduations. So now we can start up with the career development aspects. So the first and foremost thing is we must fix our destination. So where to go. So without, so normally we used to have this in our projects or research and everything. We need to fix our objective, goal, aim. So that talks about of where to go. So this has two things. One is there is an ambition and there is some of reality. So what we are talking about ambition and reality, some will have a real dream which is practically needed to have a more challenging aspect in the name of startups. So you must have a look on these two aspects, whether you are going for creating your career, that's being your ambition, like you will be fix your dream and you will create that. So whatever product we are having in our aspects, like even we can go with service marketing like Zugi Zomato. We didn't think of 15 years back, we didn't think that we will be sitting in our own house and we will get hotel foods. So anyone will go and buy that, but here we none of our family members are going out, just it is reaching through a service marketing applications like of Zuki Zomato. This is about of creativity, ambition, and we must look on with our reality how it can be practically applicable. So this is a first thing you want to be, because everyone will start our career development through our dreams. I want to achieve this, I want to have this, and now you want to connect that with the reality, because that makes you to have applicability in the aspects. So how you can able to reach that, whether it is being reachable or not. So you must think about that is our first destinations thing to be get started. And second thing what you want to understand is understand of yourself. So don't make compare with your others, or don't make anything to be in a form of stress or depression. You understand yourself, especially in the form of weakness, strength, opportunity, and threats. So normally it will be in the form of SWOT, and now they are calling in the form of SWAG, that is strength, weakness, opportunity, challenges instead of threat. So because when we are using the word of threat, it is something in the form of fear. So when I'm telling it is in the form of challenge, see, so it means that I'm going to take the challenge or not. So you must have this in your mind, which makes you to understand yourself. So we will make have point of strength, and we are having a point of opportunity also. Where we really miss is we really don't know what is our real weakness and what are the challenges I am having in the field. So most probably, we are being in a field of comfort, sophisticated zone. So challenge will come only when you are stepping out. So I know one language. So now I want to go to another country. I want to learn that language. So that is a challenge. So that makes you to develop yourself. So that is a second point of your destination. You must understand yourself. And third thing is you must be very, very conscious on your academic records. So academic records here talks in the form of meagerly memorizing, muckubbing, and writing. So I'm not talking about that point of academic records. You must develop your academic records through a form of ABC, that is academic bank uh, councils. So we are having a account called as ABC, where we can we can add upon our own certification skills. We can be add upon our own development for reaching our destination. So that talks about of academic records. We are having so many MOOC courses, massive open optional elective courses are being there. So like of Swayam, Coursera, Udemy, we are having so many certifications courses. So instead of making that, you must have a very clear record with your college in the form of graduation. Simultaneously, you must add upon with certifications as a form of academic records. Fine. And this is a third thing where you must fix your destination and you must move towards that. So instead of diversifying in all field, when you are being creating with academic records in one field, when you are going for financial analysis, you can make yourself to be get academic records after of graduations. During your graduation, you can have more certifications courses with regarding of analyzing your financial derivatives, making know of risk management concepts, having more idea of portfolio management. So there are different certification courses for this thing. So you can take step in that aspects and you can be record that as a form of building stone by stone for reaching your higher development. And fourth one, with regarding of destinations, we talks about of liking and disliking. Why we are calling this in the form of destinations? Because any challenges can be taken only if you be get like or love with that subject. So you must know what are the possibility of liking, and something really makes you to not to do that. So you must identify your likes and dislikes. This also makes you to fix up your career development as a form of destinations. And fourth one is, as we already told, in the form of understanding yourself, you must know about your strength, weakness, and constraints, whatever is being there. And the last one is with to be known is on the form of optional availables. So you must know about the options what are being available with yourself, where that you will not get to be depressed when you are not reaching one step. So you know the options. If it is not there, it can be reached in this way and it can be reached in that aspects. So most important thing for fixing your destination is this 6 points. But what is a skill required for that is you must analyze your numerical data, you must have a good communication skill, and you must always be there to ready for problem solving ability. So you should not be a follower, you must be a creator. For that, learn more and more case studies, solve the problems on your own methodology and strategy, which will give you a specific identifications as a form of a special person. So this skill is more necessary for fixing your destinations, where you can able to have this point for fixing all these six criteria also, like how I'm being having a communication, so what way I want to develop. And you can be analyze about your numerical data also, like how many seats are still now for chartered accountant, for corporate secretarships, and for um, cost and management accounts. So there are huge vacancies on there. So where now it is being extended with international also, like ACCAs, international accounting, professional accounting in the form of CMA. So these all being, so you must analyze the numerical data. So where you don't want to dump in a sector where more and more supply is there, you can select the sector where more demand is there for your career. So if availability is only 10 and I am being one among that, the chance of getting the opportunity is very higher. So that talks about of analyzing the numerical data, that is statistical data. So now you get a clarity of idea that how you want to start up with your career opportunity. Now we can go across with what are being there with bachelors of commerce. So normally it's being in the form of a curriculum that we are going to have a 3 years of annual mode study, and we learn about the basic theories, principles, methods, and procedures of commerce and accounting. So where the missing out is being there. So the miss out is being that the curriculum is to be done or understand on a professional way or not. So that must be understand by yourself. You must create your professional role, and you must make yourself to be progress on the preparations. So what are the real field of higher education is being applicable for a BCom is MCom and MBA. As of now, we are having more and more MS also. So Masters of Science, where it is being provided in abroad as MS with a form of finance, logistics, and HR analytics, and even we are having a concept in the form of MS with sustainable accounting also. So these are the higher educational courses which is being get available on a professional manner. Still now we are having a concept called a chartered accountant, corporate secretaryship, ICWA, that is cost and works accountant, and CFA, that is chief financial advisory. So these are being come across with professional mode of a thing. Okay, so now you get an idea about your higher educations and how you want to fix up with your destinations, right? Any doubt is there? Let me proceed further. And with regarding of BCom as a course of foundations, so you can know this as a mid-path job for many career opportunities with regarding of bank, insurance companies, capital markets, accounting and taxations, entrepreneur developments with as a form of startups, and being get expanded with your own form of businesses. And there is a career opportunity with regarding of government jobs with regarding on the form of um, TNPSC exam from group 1 to group 4, and there are being more and more private sector banks are there in the field of service marketing and e-commerce. So now we are being extended ourselves as a major form of consumer countries. So we are being larger consumers are being there in India. So in that way, whole globe is considering our sector with the form of marketing digitally and distributing the things in a logistic form, as well as we are being having more and more service related sectors. So that all being come in the form of private sector job, and which is also available for a commerce graduates, because this is being in the form of statistically speaking, more and more people are being involving themselves in the form of service marketing, where um, more job opportunities are being there at present. Because when I'm talking about of logistics, the AI, artificial intelligence, can able to serve as an application where real delivery of goods will be made by the person. So this creates you to have a career development in this sector of service marketing. Yeah, you can have a very wider sectors on all financial aspects and marketing related concepts. And the more related form of your career options with BCom is you can go for banking, especially with regarding of RBIs and bank probationaries, and you can be very clear on CFA, that is Chartered Financial Analysis. This is very keen to be understand as our career development, because the as we said about skill requirement, the number of statistical number of data is very the supply is very low, but the demand is higher. In every concern there is being a requirement for financial analyst, because without finance there is no job. So the each and every value of finance will be analyzed, and it is needed to be multiplied. So for that, this course will create more career chances. And now we can go with regarding of how you can have your career through placements. So the major thing you want to know about is you must concentrate on these four areas of skill, because you had a preliminary structure of subject knowledge through your graduations. So where you are missing with this career through placement is you must have a continuous practice on quantitative ability, reasoning and analytical ability, general English, and business and general awareness. So when we are talking about of any concern, or when we are talking about of any share markets, or when we are talking about of GST 2.0, this business awareness is to be needed to know by yourself as you are a commerce student. So these four areas is really needed for you to crack your career through placements. So whether it is a campus placements, or when you are going for an open placements or a companies or whatever, this four thing is very required format for preliminary level of examination, because this is considered as your base foundation. When you are being very clear with this, you can able to have. So most probably the marks are being differentiated according to the organization. So normally people used to give a negative marks in a meager way of 0.25 percentage. That's why for an example I made that if it is a correct answer, it will be provided with 4, means if it is a wrong answer, it will be provided with -1. So this example I made that normally the negative marks will be given for 0.25. So which means that the correct answer will be full mark. So when this makes you to have a clarity of a picture that only you are being um, writing a known questions, where you are not making questions in a rough way. So that's why in some kind of entrance or preliminary examination they are giving negative marks for wrong answers. So people will make in the form of simply A, B, C, D, and again A, B, C, D. So in that, if it is no negative marks, sometimes the marks will be higher, because without knowing the concept also, because of luck they may get. So in order to avoid that aspects, they are having this concept called as negative marks for wrong answers. So be clear on yourself that when you are going for any career opportunity through placements for jobs, you must be very careful by having this four skill through preliminary examinations. So because some people will have a problem in a way of communications, like whatever question they are asking they cannot able to answer rapidly in a form of spontaneous way. So that may be a problem, but in that sector this preliminary examinations marks will make you to hold some hand. So maybe due to stress, due to pressure, like it's a new phases are being there, due to that his communication is in this level, so he can able to develop. So the really thing of a person is the development will be made in all time, all age group, all sectors. After your job also you must develop yourself with multiple things, like what we said in the form of where to go, like record creation of academic way, make yourself to be understand, make to know about your strength and weakness, and each and every time this will make development for yourself. Okay, so have clarity on that aspects where you can able to crack your career through of a placements. So we can have an other entrances which is being there with regarding of higher educations, like you can be come to know about of a thing of cat. So this is a common thing which is known to you. Other than that, we are having CMAT, XAT, INMAT, NMAT, SNAPS. So other than that, some of the entrance exams are being happens with of deemed universities also for a master's degree. And this is a very common admission test which is being called as CAT, and which known to majority of our persons. And it comprises with of English comprehensive, other than out of logical reasoning, quantitative analysis, decision making ability, general knowledge, and awareness with data interpretations and analysis. And this also makes you to have a very clear picture what we said in the form of these four uh, needed aspect for both placement as well as for higher studies. So have look on that. Okay, so when people ask that what is a um, measure of central tendency, so people used to think what this new term is. Actually, this is a term called in the form of mean median mode, that is called as measure of central tendency. So these kind of simple uh, awareness ability should be known to every graduates and every persons, those who are in the field of commerce. But this makes you to build your own confidence, and it will make you to reply in a format that how you can able to tackle it. So this awareness will build a confidence among you, and you can able to talk in an effective way also. So this all the important things to be get known by yourself. Okay. And regarding of CA, Chartered Accountant, this is being an combinations with regarding of theoretical knowledge with practical training. Always have this in your mind that when you are being doing your graduation also, be have concentrate on internships and get internship through LinkedIn. All students should be have a account in LinkedIn, where you can have a rapport on a professional way rather than having account in Facebook, Instagram. Have account in LinkedIn. So LinkedIn will create more and more hands in the professional field, academic field, and through that you can able to know more and more form of certifications courses, and you can even have a link with the persons those who are in a corporate and concerns. So in one fine time we get an information in the form that we usually that to prepare our curriculum vitae resumes, so where we are being asked with regarding of referral, so reference. So people don't know that whom I should give as a reference, whether I should give faculty or I should give the person those who are working in the company. So when you are having a LinkedIn profile, they themselves will come across to know about your referrals. So how you are follow up and how you are being responsible in a way of communication in LinkedIn. So this will create you to have your ideology other than of like we used to say that there will be a background verifications. So these background verifications will be usually done with LinkedIn. So have an account in LinkedIn and make your presence in LinkedIn to understand really what is going on and what are the real certifications are being there. So if you are having a ambitions dream regarding of any course where you can't able to find any kind of certification courses, through LinkedIn you can able to easily search, you can post a thing, and through that you can get an reply from unknown persons who are really in the field of academic and professionals. So this is to be known to you, as that is also required for your career development. So now we can have a professional course ideology, that is CA, Chartered Accountant, and this combines with theoretical knowledge with practical training, and this makes you to have a rigorous professional course and with three levels: foundation, intermediates, and final. If you complete your BCom graduation, this foundation is not required. You will be come across with only two level, that is intermediate and finals with two groups. Okay, so where this kind of examinations or gets to be really tough is you will get pass in the subject, but you are required with an aggregate mark in the total also. So for an example, 40 percentage is pass and four papers are being there. Each paper you are getting 40 to 43, 41, um, again 41. So now you are getting an aggregation of these 4 marks na. When when it is being get total, it must be at least 50 percentage. So when that is not possible, you want to write the 4 exams again. So this makes more students to be demotivated from this professional course. As I have done one professional course of ICWA where I have completed my intermediate 2 groups. So what we form to do is, definitely we will aim for 60, more than 60 percentage in 2 subjects. When we are getting more than 60 percentage in 2 subjects, we will be exempted from that paper. So even though if you are not getting aggregation, I don't want to write the 2 paper in the next time. So be concentrate like this, like if you're having 4 papers, you can make yourself to be in the form of liking and disliking. So something you will like now, so you can just have 2 thing in your like area and 2 thing in your dislike area, where you can give more conceptual understand on like, and you can score more than of 70-80 percentage on that subject. So in other 2 subject, if you are passed with 45 percentage, 40-45 percentage, your aggregate will be high, right? So normally when you are starting up with one conceptual understanding of a paper, these commas is being interlinked with papers, it will create you to like, and you will definitely score more than of 70-80 in all subjects. I'm making this in the form of you people are not get to starter. You are being in this last stage that I won't able to do professional courses. No, each and every students are capable to do professional courses. So the only thing is you must be frame your strategy according to your own self understanding. So that is more needed. You don't want to follow strategy which is still by other person. You don't want to follow strategy by other aspects, because I may have my own strategy of a point that I can able to study in this timing, and I can able to concentrate of a subject for 2 hours. So but some may have a concentration capability for more than 3 hours, some may have for 15 minutes, some may have for 1 hour. So this differentiations will make you to frame your own strategy, so you can understand about yourself and frame your strategy for your development. So this makes you to build more and more form of experiment of yourself and framing a strategy for yourself, and this quality will make you to be a leader for yourself. So you are not going to follow anyone is saying of anything. You are going to follow yourself, so you are leader to yourself. So this quality is more needed in a form of professionals. And the more and more subjects will be related to accounting, business law, business mathematics, and business economics. And accounting, cost accounting, corporate law, taxations, auditing, assurance. Here the taxations will be both indirect and direct taxations, audit, assurance, and financial managements. And the final thing is we want to know about our financial reporting, management, reporting, auditing, risk management, global financial management, and we come forward to with regarding of more reporting in the concept of direct and indirect tax. Okay, so this course is being considered as professional because it combines with both theoretical and practical thing, and you are needed with articleshipness of 3 years on job training. So that is more and more being required. And next we can go across with corporate secretaryship, that is CA. So as per the norms, all listed companies and other companies will paid up capital of 5 crores or more is definitely to have a corporate secretary. So you, it's being in the form that what we said in the first thing, skill required is analyze the numbers. So you can able to analyze the numbers. Now how many demand is there for CS, corporate secretary? So now you can be, but the supply is not there to the limit, up approximate level. So it's being not even an equivalent level. When I'm having a demand of 5, I'm not having finding a people of 5. I'm having a demand of 5, but the supply is only 1. So now I will get that 5 jobs, because a corporate secretaryship is a thing that you need not to be work for one concern. You can be a corporate secretary for more than. So where this responsibility hold is, you must be very, very clarity on the taxations. So here we can be come across to see what are the subjects are being incorporated with CS, corporate secretary. So this ensures more company legislations and other statutory requirements, and it is also come across with 3 stages. When you complete your graduation, it is only 2 stage: executive with 2 modules and professional program with 3 modules. So where it's also required with 15 month of training period, and we can know that what are the major subject is been incorporated with the company secretary is business environment, law, management, ethics, corporate governance and ethics, entrepreneurship, economics, accounting, and auditing. And it also become with the form of jurisprudence, law, tax, corporate accounting, security law, financial and strategic management, and it is also be there with company law, audit, diligence, IT, forex, that is foreign exchange, treasury, taxation, banking, insurance, international business, valuation, and insolvency. So this is also a professional course where you can be a policymaker. You can be a signing authority for determining the policies. So it's completely on the form of company legislation. So when you are framing a policy, you must look over all the laws which are being get amended, also which are being existing, and you must be cross verify that there should not be any overloops in that aspect, and loopholes should also be identified and to be understand and addressed to the management also. So now we can go for our third professional course, that is cost and work accountant. Now it's being called in the form of CMA, that is cost and management accountant also. So where we are being in the form of tax auditing and accounting. This is a course which is being fully in the form of projects future. I must know whether I can execute this project or not. For that, what I must know about the cost, what will be happen to be incorporate. I must of course know what are the management, what are the works to be done with that aspects. So this professional course is fully on the form of building. The first one, CA, that is chartered accountant, is fully in the form of auditing. You will verify the accounts which is executed. Already there will be an execution of account, and you will verify that whether you have done everything correct. The posting of ledger, vouchering, and the format of reporting will be checked by you. And second one, CS, is completely on the form of legislation, law. By framing a policy or by having a method of production, whether you are following all the industrial laws, company law, and you must be understand how you are following the safety laws and everything. But this cost and work accountant is building up projects. So whether I can able to build one more plant, or whether it is really required, somehow people will have logistics in a form of rental way. Now the people will start it about why I must have a rental logistic, why I should not start my own logistic. When I want to start a logistic, what is required? I need some truck, and I need a place where to place the trucks. So now I will make an estimation of cost of trucks, how many trucks I needed. And by purchasing, it is not ended up. You must know that there must be some minimal maintenance cost will be there, even if you are not using the truck. So you must add that cost also. And you must find a rental place or own place where you want to buy a place for parking that. So you'll have that, and you must have a driver. You must be have a year 6 months once you must go for an RTO. There are some legal legislation is there, you must have an insurance cost. By adding up all these costs, you will have one amount of expenses. And now you will simultaneously come forward. When I am hiring the truck, how long I'm hiring the truck, whether I'm hiring the truck only for monthly once, how much amount I'm paying. Now I will just make that monthly payment into 12 and the total. Now I will compare both the cost, whether I must have my own logistic company or I can hire a logistic truck from other company. So this comparison, this decision will be made by cost and work people. So when we are going through cost and work accountant, you are a decision maker for taking a decision, where you will be come across with similar subjects what's being with CA and chartered accountant, but you will give more and more importance to uh, cost accounting, management accounting, and financial management. This three area will be given more conscious importance on this sector. And this professional course is not required with any uh, internship or training period. You can continuously do your inter and final. So there is no dropping period of 11 months or 15 months for a training. But you will get an internship in very big companies or government related companies as a form of intern to learn. But compulsion is not there. Mandatory is not there. So you can be come across with this professional course also. And now the new form of a thing is with regarding of CFA, that is chartered financial analysis. And this makes you to give a clarity depth focus on financial modeling, portfolio management, and other investment related areas. So now why this sector is emerging, so you can just have a look of 20-25 years back. The investment of share market will not done by common publics, only it will be done by companies, higher officials in the companies, and they will do it. But now the share marketing is done by everyone, even students are doing share marketing. So in that form, the investment avenues are emerged, and so many ways are being there to make your investment. So now you must have a very, very prominent analyst is required for a company, and that is a model why CFA is emerging now as a career development for commerce students. If people you are being already there in a investment of share, this professional course will make you to develop more. And we are having a three stages. Twice every year the examinations will be conducted, and all levels gets 4 years plus relevant work experience is being available. And this makes you to have a higher placements in a multinational companies as well as in a government related agencies also. So the normally this course career will come with the subject of equity, fixed incomes, alternatives of investments, financial reporting, economics, ethics, time value reporting, and value of asset, fixed income, derivatives, financial statement analysis, equity investment. And obviously, this course will give an idea of portfolio management, fixed income, equity income investment, ethical and professional standards. Okay, so where this is a report which is given by Wall Street that when we are hardly looking on a research that only 20% of the candidates are passing the three level on their first try, where as we said about our first statistical data of numbering, the demand is higher where the supply is very low. So the other skill based courses or career opportunity which is there for a commerce graduate is in the field of advertising, computer programming, marketing, taxation, retailing, import and export procedures, tours, tours and travels, and obviously we are having an opening skill of communications also. So now you can have a idea about what, when, or how you can able to get into this pursuing. Be focused with your goal and B, set your interest and have your destinations to be get analyzed. Okay, so now we can have a look on that. So normally we are having an afraid that AI is coming into a field, and through that we are, our career opportunities gets to be a problem. But that's not the thing. AI will not replace the people, but people who know AI will replace people who don't know. So have a clarity picture of artificial intelligence and make your basic foundation level of understanding on artificial intelligence. So this will be an emerging thing, already emerged, and now it is being upgrading. And economically, you must be get known about how artificial intelligence is impact on the economical also. So where the study is also being given that AI assistance, productivity jump, customer satisfactions, and employee retentions are being concluded that uh, peoples are required. AI will not get to be replaced in these sectors where um, automatic statistical analysis is possible through AI, where emotional form of analysis will be missed out. So that is being really required. So but you must be have a look on that. And most probably the career upliftment on all sector is done through of LinkedIn and Indeed, which makes a clarity of report a thing is skill is more required for cracking a job. So you fix your skill and you develop your skill, be make develop in a consistent way on all period. So don't make that I know the communication skill, I can able to tackle the questions whatever coming, so this skill one is enough for me. But tackling the question in a logical way is also important. Tackling the question on a knowledgeable way is more and more important. So for making this two thing, you must have more knowledge. You must read more thing. You must understand. You must listen to words of more and more form of conversations. You can be very patient to listen the things, understand the things. So make yourself to be change in a way of skill equiper. Make equip your own skills, be develop your own skills, and then make a strategical impact on that development also. Okay, so this A fundamentally impacts to know a 3D look on three things. One is change in the work, change in the worker, and change in the workflows. So when we are talking about of AI, the change in the work will be that more automated routine task will be given as a change. In the worker skill, you must know how it must be operated. And in a workforce, it will be worked in a hybrid. So you can't able to say that the system has been collapsed. The technicals, you must to know that what are the real constraints in the technology and what is to be required to be known. So this pyramid will make you to understand how AI is making a change in the worker and workforce. And by having a fundamental knowledge on this factor, we know that what skill I must develop or what way I must give my importance. And regarding of BPM, which is with regarding of change in work as customer service, you must to know about your current state and future state, and you must to know about your impact on the customer service. Because when I'm saying about of a future with AI, probably now more and more AI are being there for a applications and more chats where they are collecting the data. So where we are being needed is for analyzing. So that skill is required. I must know how to be analyzed. I must know how, what are the things to be get to be make it, what to be get escalated, what will to be get resolved, what should be given as a priority. So this is done only through humans. So you must have impact on that level. And AI will transform the role across IT and BPM sectors only. in the form of business analysis projects, the roles evolving with A, and the emerging role is with regarding of A solutions and artificial intelligence with machine learnings. But the role to be reduced is manual testers, helper level of engineering, so they will be get to missed out. But there is a need for a person of business analysis, financial analysis, and A can do the preliminary work where the strategical impact can be done through persons. So this is a simple form of resume where you must give importance to this, where you must make yourself to be very fixed with your career objective. And even you can write about yourself in one line. What are the additional courses you have provided, or what are the internship you have been done? So this makes you to have an impact. So because when we had a conversation with some of the HR people in the companies, they used to say that really a resume cannot be looked for 1 or 2 pages. They will just read this 3 line what you have given as a career objective and about yourself. So that makes you to create an impact. So you must be very very clear on that level, framing a sentence and wordings, vocabulary, which must be very clear on this 3 to 4 lines, but this will make a very good impression for yourself. And now let we have our question answers. So any questions if you are having? Any any queries you are being having with regarding of career opportunities? Let me do the same.
Ma'am, no questions, ma'am. Shall we move on vote of thanks?
Sure, sir.
Okay. Now I invite Dr. M. Kamo, Associate Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the PG Department of Commerce, Sri Chandrababu Jain College, I extend my heartfelt vote of thanks for today's insightful webinar and career opportunity for commerce students. First and foremost, I sincerely thank our respected resource person, Dr. G. Sujata ma'am, Assistant Professor Sangeetha ma'am, sorry ma'am, G.
No
Dr.
problem.
Sangeetha ma'am, Associate Professor, Department of Commerce, Faculty of Science and Humanities, SRM, Institute of Science and Technology, and sharing valuable, knowledgeable guidance and practical insight about of the device career, work, and available of commerce students. Our words are truly and motivated for all us. I also express my sincere gratitude to our principal ma'am, Dr. N. Sujata ma'am, and the management of the constant and support and encouragement and organizing this webinar successfully. My special thank to our or Muralidharan, HOD, Department of Commerce, or faculty members of Department of Commerce, organizing committee members, technical team and students, coordinators, or the decided efforts of smooth coordination. I could also like thank you all the participants and students who joined and section with of the great enthusiasm and made grateful webinar instructed and the meaningful. Once again, thank you for all our valuable presence of support. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable and informative ideas for the opportunities of commerce students.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
sir. Thank you for the
Dear
opportunity.
participants, dear participants, e-certificate link we posted in the chat box. Participants, please fill the form and get the e-certificate. Once again, I repeat, e-certificate link we posted in the chat box. Participants, please fill the form and get the e-certificates. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your
Thank you.
presence.
Thank you.